The magic of radio, giving the world a voice for over 100 years. In today's media society, radio is dead.
This is 990WBOB.com, the home of internet entertainment. From Rhode Island to the world, 990WBOB.com. 990WBOB.com is an independent free media outlet.
2007, with the radio business rapidly shrinking and jobs disappearing, one man had a vision. With the big box media companies tossing assets overboard, he dreamed of creating a full multimedia platform to compete in the new world. Built with hearts of the talent who radio cast aside.
The business was dying a slow death. When I came up, there were dozens of independent stations that you could go to and cut your teeth at and really learn the business. Places you can go and establish yourself and prove your talent. By 2007, you couldn't get a job in radio. And established talent was being put out into the street. So you didn't really have much of a choice. You could either move to, East Bumpkin, Arkansas, where you'd make enough to eat Spam 6 nights a week, or you get yourself a 9-to-5 job, or you could do something different. You could really make a difference. For some of these guys, it was the end of the tunnel in a lot of ways.
I felt like it was over. I was angry. I was young, and I felt like I had given up my youth for a business that didn't care about me. It didn't care how good I was. It didn't care how good I could be. While my friends were at frat parties and hooking up with co-eds, I was in bed at 9 p.m. for a 4 o'clock shift, or I was pulling an all-nighter covering a major crime. I felt like it owed me something. It owed me something more than to put me out of my ass.
I had something to say, nowhere to say it, no place I could go and be myself, 100% genuinely me. I'm not a political expert, I'm not a shock jock. I know rock and roll, I know music, I know how to put on a show. Maybe the classic rock station in town doesn't like the way I do things, so I decided to do things for myself.
You don't have to come up in this industry to love this business. And at 990WBOB.com, if you have the passion and the will, it doesn't matter what your resume says. You have a home. You have a chance to contribute. You get a chance to be part of something. And we've always said from day one, you get what you put in. And that's the one rule that we've always followed. And our success in that model speaks for itself.
With a team of highly motivated young talent, 990WBOB.com was ready to take on the industry by storm.
I've had talent move as far away as Texas. I've seen talent move on to make it at one of the big two. For a lot of the talent that comes through that door, though, 990WBOB.com is not just a home, it's their launching pad.
One of the things that 990WBOB.com allows me and other bands in this area to do is get their music heard on the same kind of platform by an audience that's a worldwide audience. So even if you're not as big as Metallica, you're still kind of on the same platform. It means something different to everyone here. For the guys who started this thing, it's their child.
My listeners want to know who's playing in their city, not Seattle, not New York, here in our town. If it's hot, it's on 990WBOB.com. We connect local bands and their audiences in a way that's never been done before.
I don't get this world anymore. Everything is crazy. What is up is down, down is up. At 990, we cover the true stories, the real stories the mass media refuses to cover.
Want to hear why the world is going to hell? Listen to one of our great hosts who are going to interview the people that you want to hear from about the topics you want to hear about and are not going to back down from anybody. Want to hear why that host is wrong? We have a talented roster of some of the best writers from a 2-time best blog in Rhode Island who are going to tell you just that.
If they're hot here, 990WBOB.com is at their show, supporting local artists, hanging out with our fans. What other media outlet is out on the streets with their audience? We create a relationship with our fans.
In the months that followed, 990WBOB.com would find its footing and quickly establish itself as a true alternative to traditional radio. With no FCC guidelines, the Bob Mob, as they would be named by industry's insiders, used the opportunity to push the envelope further than any media outlet before them.
We weren't bringing in Syracuse grads or the next wonderkind. We had people, much like us, who just wanted to prove to themselves that, give me a shot and I can do this. And I like to think we gave them that chance.
Whether it be live radio or in print, 990WBOB.com continues to set the standards for alternative media in the alternative age.
Radio died years ago, whether anyone wants to admit it or not. The future is now. The future is 990WBOB.com.
Since 2007, 990WBOB.com has been an innovator and the leader in new media. Whether giving voice to the voiceless, raising money at one of their various charity events, or just sticking it to the man, the renegades of radio are ready to lead the charge into the future.
I believe the future is now. 990WBOB.com.